Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Just finishing up a chapter. You know, it's that time of year when the sun goes down early and you just want to snuggle up with a good book. Luckily for you at home, we put together a holiday special to keep those winter blues at bay. Tonight on deck, we've got jolly jokes, live carolers, and a special appearance from a certain merry man from up north. So, settle in for a magical evening, grab your loved ones, grab a snack. That's what I'll be doing. Chestnuts, my favorite. What? I heard it in a song once.
You two take care of labor.
Only intended for a plane capsule.
You don't want to die of call toll free.
What's up, LA?
What's up, LA? Welcome to the December episode of What's Up, LA?
Your guide to everything that's happening in the LA arts community. How are you, Brian?
I'm doing amazing. We're really excited. We've got a wonderful episode for you this month because of a lot of great things going on right here at the Blue Door and all across LA. Yes.
Tell me, what do we have going on at the Blue Door?
Well, Rex and Friends is performing a D.I.Y. holiday musical. This is going to be December 5th through the 7th right here at the Blue Door, so make sure you get your ticket today.
It will be in the description box below. We also have a wonderful interview with Emily James, who is the host, or one of the hosts and producers of a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stand-up comedy show that's happening also here at the Blue Door called Wake Up Becky. You might see a familiar face in there.
And you might also see some other familiar faces from the Arts Up LA community as well. So you should definitely come check that out.
You're just going to have to come and see who is going to pop up there.
What else do we have going on this month?
We have a beautiful interview with Tierra del Sol.
I believe that Milena Haugen, our alternate host that is often here helping us
Field
out,
reporter,
is going to
correspondent extraordinaire.
Exactly. She's going to be out in the field checking out Tierra del Sol and telling us all about the wonderful work that they do there. And who's going to be doing these interviews this month?
I am.
So what am I doing this month?
Well, you just did. You're wrapped. Thank you so much for coming. Bye.
That's it?
Yes. We love you so much, but there's just no room for two people on the couch. Bye.
Okay.
What's up, LA? What's up, LA? What's up, LA? What's up, LA?
Emily James is one of my favorite comics in the whole wide world. She's been doing comedy for either 15 or 8 years, depending on who you ask. Even if you ask her, she's going to give you a different answer. But please, please welcome Emily James for the first time officially to the couch at What's Up LA. Hey! What's Up LA? How are you, girlie?
I'm good. Yeah, it's funny because you were asking me how long I did comedy, and I started in 2010, and I'm still doing comedy, but I did have like a 5-year break to have babies and, quit my dream and all that nonsense.
You had somebody had to do a little break because of exhaustion, but she's back. And in this case, it's not a euphemism for rehab. She was just tired being a mom.
I was just gathering material. I just didn't know it yet.
She was doing some research. Is what she was doing.
Indeed. Absolutely.
I'm very excited to have you here because you know how much I love your comedy. And I wanted to know what part of your comedy more influences a show Wake Up Becky the most.
Well, I mean, I have to say that in retrospect, at the time when I started comedy, I didn't realize that I was doing it to heal myself from heartbreak. That was when I started. And then as like when I came back after taking a pause to have children, I was healing from like everything that new momhood kind of like threw at me. And then it was MS. Well, actually it was it was the social justice uprising of 2020, and later that year was when I had my very first MS attack. So they actually kind of collided, and I was in like doing these Zooms with other comics, like from like my bed. Like I don't know how they were able to work with me when I think about like how just like what an awful state I was in when we were doing this, but I was so determined to do this show, and it was like a Zoom show in February, and I was just determined because it was that important. It was just it, and it still is. Like it will continue to be doing this show, and but yeah, my special was I tell my story about my MS experience, and like it's all for healing. Like my goal and what I see, and it can be anything from like an open mic. Like I could start one way and then I do the open mic and I feel a different way after.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not always great, but because sometimes they suck the whole energy out of you, but other times they're really healing. Like tonight, variety night.
Yeah.
Like it's
I think that's one of the most beautiful parts about you as a performer, which is some nights are not going to be Emily James is the funniest person in the world. Some nights it's going to be, oh my God, I respect this comic because she started here, took me there, made me cry, realized on stage that her new joke wasn't working, and I can see the mastery behind it. Everybody who's a comic can see the mastery behind it. And I think that's why everybody wants to work with you. And that's why everybody wants to perform at Wake Up Becky. And I'm so honored that I'm invited again this year. And it's like one a year, guys. Thank you so much. No, but truly, I feel like that's your authenticity is what makes you such a great comic. And the fact that you're able to laugh at yourself on stage and be like, that one wasn't funny. Let's do the next one. Because it's ironic how many comics don't have that.
I mean,
and can't do that.
Yeah. And that's the fun of like exploring and creating more material and more and more and more. And like, there's no accident that, that happens with every show of Wake Up Becky. It's like, and especially now, like this last year, it's been, it's like I come up with a set and then that's old news in a week, I mean, the tariffs on penguins, that's old. That's old. And it was hilarious.
And it happened like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And it's already, nobody gets it because everybody forgot.
Yeah. In April, tariffs on penguins was hilarious. Now it's like, oh, remember that? Like the good old days. The good old days, know?
April was the good old days.
Yeah.
No, truly. What do you think? I want to ask a personal question, if I may.
Sure.
From the moment you got your MS diagnosis to the moment you first started joking about it on stage, how long did it take you, Emily, as a person dealing with this, crappy circumstance? How long did it take you to be like, okay, this is the situation. I might as well, because here's the thing. Her MS jokes are funny. I'm sorry, I can't curse on the show, but like they're so funny. And it's a pleasure to watch you share that part of your life with us on stage. And I just wanted to ask, as a human person, as a woman with kids and a career and a life, it's hilarious. How long did it take you to be hilarious about that?
I mean, I think about before I was even diagnosed, before I had the Zoom doctor appointment, from bed with my husband next to me. And we had already snuck a peek at the results of my MRI. And it was like, white matter changes in brain, like all these. And I was just like, oh my God, like what, he was reading it and I was like, how long do I have to live? Like it was like, I had to, oh my God, I had to make jokes about it. And then, so almost like when I got my diagnosis, I was almost relieved that it wasn't like a brain tumor. Like I was like, okay, like MS, like, I can do, like, but it was still, I mean, obviously I couldn't stand up for a couple of months. And then my memory, and I don't know how clear this is, was I did this show with this group called Stand Ups for a Cause, and they had Erica Rhodes headline, and she shared about her dad dying from MS. And then I had to go up and do I was hosting it, and this was the first time that I was actually standing up, like literally standing, and it was doing stand up. It was sharing my story, and it was fucking real, like it. Sorry,
No, it's okay.
It
we
was
can bleep that
real.
one. That one's important.
Yeah, that one
that
it
one
really
mattered,
needed
okay?
to, But yeah, and then when it came time to do my special, I considered not having it in there, and then I was encouraged by my mentor, like, you need to have that stuff in there, and I'm so glad I did. Like, I'm so glad I did.
With all due respect, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Because it must have been painful to you, but you made it hilarious to us. And thank you for that.
Yeah.
And which brings me to my other question. When did Emily, the comic, decide or determine that she also needed to become a producer? Because I also think that's one of the greatest things about you. And it's the reason why we're sitting here today. Because if you weren't also a producer, we wouldn't be, talking to you lovely folk about her upcoming show, Wake Up Becky, at the Blue Door on December 13th. When did and how were you like, okay, I'm a comedian, I need to produce my own hour, tour it basically, because you've done it here and in Denver. You opened in Denver, then brought it here. Like, you've done it all over the place.
Right.
And then come up with Wake Up Becky and be like, okay, I'll just make my own show.
At the time when you want to do more than what you're doing, and you take what you already know and you apply that to the the cause, or the whatever is calling you, and I was like, okay, like I've done this before. I've done comedy, and I'm just gonna put them together, and I'm not gonna like quit my life and go get a social justice like degree, although like I still am like, but it's like, oh, I could do it right here, right now. Like, what can we all do right here, right now? What are we good at? Because there are so many different things that, and artist is one of the many. And in my experience, it's the most powerful way to get people to see things differently and feel things differently. Which I think doing, comedy and then having the round table talk after is so powerful, because, we get to see and we get to witness these two really powerful experiences of like, stand-up comics.
Yeah.
We're up there. Like, we are bearing our souls, I mean, some of them, some are
the good ones.
The ones that come to Wake Up Becky, like
the good ones.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like that's very balanced, because yes, you will see us on stage trying to make light of situations. And then for the second portion of the night, for those of you who haven't been to Wake Up Becky, it's comic after comic, hosted and moderated by Emily. And then there's a sit down moment after the show. After all is said and done, the jokes have been made, the laughs have been had, we sit down for sometimes more serious conversations. And it's also a really fun part of the night, because we learn from each other. And before I dive into what we're going to be able to see on December 13th, I wanted to say something in favor of female comics. You said that you became a producer because you saw like all these women around you being inspiring, and you were like, how can I help? And I have found that is the truth of women in comedy. Nobody here is like, how do I trip her over? How do I become better than her? How do I run her over so I can shine? It is the opposite. The men, however, are all about like competition and being evil to each other. And we're like, there's like 3 of us in total. Why don't we just help each other out? And why don't we support each other on the way up and we go together? And that's why we get so far. And that's why I love being a female comic, because
I love working with
it's
you,
about
too.
sorority and it's about solidarity. And we know how hard it is. We've been the only woman in a lineup of 9 guys, and it's like, oh, I want to kill myself. Sorry.
No.
But yes, I heard
I
you saying that, and I was like, checks out.
Yeah.
Wake Up Becky, December 13th at the Blue Door Theater. Tell me more. Tell me what you can tell me about the show to see if people come.
Well, December 13th is like prime time for like holiday parties. So we're going to have our holiday party comedy show, Roundtable Wake Up Becky, here. So like I might wear a dress. I might wear something sparkly. I'm just saying.
I love it. Okay.
You know, and I think like around the holidays and like things come up with our differences, like our different cultures and holidays that we celebrate, and with that comes a lot of humor. So there will be that sprinkled in. There will be some of my old faves. Nina, this is her 2nd time doing Wake Up Becky, so she's now a vet. We also have Nicole Denise, who she came to the show that we did for in Irvine, for UC Irvine. That was when I very first had her, and I fell in love with her, and I've had her back a number of times, and she's incredible. She does shows all around town, and she's amazing. She's a mom. Her humor is you know, I'm feeling it in my heart right now. And
Julie.
Let's see. Julie George. So this
Also Variety Night performer.
So I'm always looking for other white women, and like I'm always looking for other white women to do
I don't know if we want to
humor.
Say that. Okay.
Like, yeah, but like,
no, hold on. She'll explain.
Why
are you always looking for white women?
Like, because we are a gold mine when it comes to comedy and making fun of ourselves. Yeah. Like if we are.
Yes.
As you know,
if
as
they have the self-awareness like you do to understand that things have to change, then yes, it's a gold mine.
It's a gold mine. Yeah. And so Julie George is the first white woman that I've found that I'm like, I think you could be really great on Wake Up Becky, you know? Like I can't get Michelle Wolf yet, but like when I can, I am for now. For now, I'm putting it out there for now. Like, but so it'll be great to have her. She's you know, I'm mentoring her. You're like cringing a little bit.
No, because I see my social media strategy clickbait. I'm always looking for white women. We're gonna. Where are you?
Like I
don't people into watching this episode.
Yeah, I'm open. I don't think I'm the only person that like has a sense of humor that is making fun of myself as a white woman. I just don't see it very often.
No, we can post that and then be sold out.
Yeah, exactly.
And then be sold out.
It's anyway.
Please join us. Wake Up Becky, December 13th, led by this fierce, incredible, fearless comic that I love and admire so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for inviting me to Wake Up Becky. And I will see you when you click the link in the description box below to get tickets at the Blue Door Theater for Wake Up Becky, December 13th.
Hi, Melena here. We're here at Tierra del Sol, where we're going to take a tour of the artist studios and speak to a couple artists who work here. Come on in. How did you find out about Tierra del Sol, about this place?
Oh, I found out when I moved into a group home. I got switched to programs at Regional Center, and I was in Tierra del Sol. At the time, I was in more of a community-based program, and I just wasn't really feeling it there. But my case manager at the time, she noticed that I really liked to draw with colored pencils. I like to draw in those adult coloring books. Yeah. And she thought, I know a program that you might be interested in. She brought me here one day, and the rest is history.
It's amazing.
I mean, I saw this place, I saw what people are doing, and I immediately was like going, I want to do this. I really want to do this.
So this is what's fascinating to me, because I work with with many children who who have ASD, and art to them, I've noticed that if you give them color pencils and paper, they're able to, like, it helps them like regulate too, right?
Yes, art is very therapeutic because there is a lot of color, there is repetitive motion, and it's a way to
amazing.
And it's a way to express where words fail. A picture is worth 1,000 words, but when you create imagery, sometimes there's not even enough words in the vocabulary to encompass what they're feeling, what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling, what I'm expressing myself, what's going on in my head. And it could be something that I'm currently going through. It could be something I relate to from a long time ago. Or it could be something that I'm just pondering about the universe. Or just pondering about the what ifs of the universe. Sometimes it's just not that deep. Sometimes it's just fun with imagery. In any case, art is very therapeutic and it's very expressive, and it's a perfect outlet where words fail.
Does your disability challenge or inspire your art, or?
I feel like being autistic inspires my art, because in my head there's always like so much imagery going on, because I think in pictures, I think, and sometimes it comes from a literal sense and in a metaphorical sense. Being autistic, sometimes, you hear phrases that sometimes we take a little literally, and sometimes my brain just has a little fun with the imagery that goes on in my head. And sometimes, oftentimes, I hear it in my music. Like when I listen to music, it just comes to life in color and imagery, and I really want to capture it on paper. And usually this is the end result, but it doesn't even do it justice.
Do you go to the gallery in West Hollywood?
Oh yeah, usually when there's shows, sometimes I show up when I happen to be in the area.
Because I live nearby, and I can't wait to go. I cannot wait to go see your piece. So it's the owl. Okay.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Called Stargazer.
That's beautiful.
Thanks.
And I'll look out for the owl.
You can find Shayna's painting, Stargazer, and other pieces by members of Tierra del Sol's collective at Bazaar, running through December 23rd at their West Hollywood Gallery. Information for the exhibition is available at tierradelsolgallery.com.
And that's what's up this month. Thank you for joining us throughout the year, because yes, December, we'll see you in 2026. I'm Nina Runsell.
And I'm Brian Caldwell.
And that's what's up.
It's impossible.
You'll go down in history. Wow, what an eventful holiday special. That's all the time we have for now. Thank you for spending your holidays with us. Thank you to our guests. Thank you to the carolers. And a special thank you to Santa Claus for that amazing holiday duet. Happy holidays, Happy New Year, and good night.